Thanks for checking out our channel. If you haven't already, please make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to visit with Derek here and kind of go over this week in mortgage.
Hey, welcome to our weekly update. We're here with Derek Jones of Legacy Mortgage, and we just want to take this time and check in, give you a little update on where things are at in the market right now, especially with mortgage rates.
Well, rates, as you both know, have been volatile. Back in November, we peaked out kind of at 7.25. They've come down off of that. We actually even got down to about 5.99 a couple months ago. They've pushed back up. We're kind of in the mid to high sixes on a 30-year fixed. High fives, low sixes on a 15-year. But the nice option, I think, is a lot of people have been hearing about this 2-1 buy down and 1-0 buy down, which can be a way to get their rates a little bit lower in the time if they're looking to purchase relatively soon.
And I know even in the course of the last week, it looks like rates have dropped a little bit, or they've been holding steady.
They have dropped a little bit, Brian. The inflation data is really what's driving a lot of this, as you all know. And as we get better inflation numbers, and I think as we get into the summer, compared to where it peaked out last summer, I think it's going to continue to show that year over year and month over month it's coming down. It's not coming down as dramatically, I think, as a lot of the experts thought it would. And then you've got the labor market, which has been pretty tight. If we start to see a little weakening in the labor market, I think that's going to be probably the domino that's going to bring rates down. Because the last time we had a really good inflation number, y'all remember this, I think it was December, January, we saw rates drop literally 3/8 in one day, 0.375, just on one good print of it. So to me, the volatility tells me that if we have a good inflation numbers, those start coming down, and maybe we see some weakening in the labor markets, then we're going to see rates come back probably into the high fives by summertime.
And so by weakening the labor markets, you just mean unemployment rather, is actually going to increase, meaning that the economy is struggling a little bit more, and in turn that should lead to more opening with the money and it cheaper and that sort of thing.
That's right, Tyler. So basically, they're looking to see what the Fed's trying to do, right? They're raising rates to slow down the economy, and if inflation's coming down, that's one of their biggest things that they're fighting. Yeah. If we have a situation where we see unemployment rates going up, and we see maybe wages are going down, or something that says, hey, the market's getting a little bit weaker, maybe some job losses. I listened to an economist yesterday, and he said, really, you're going to have to see probably job gains under 100,000 per month. That's kind of like the forerunner to, possible recession. And then that's where I think the Fed will say, okay, our job is pretty much done with raising. We're going to start coming back down, and that will help us, even though they don't set long-term rates like what we deal with. It will help the overall interest rate market to come down and get back into hopefully those 4 and 5%, which I think is a very reasonable interest rate long term.
Well, be sure to check in weekly as we kind of give you some updates and everything, especially in this very volatile market, and just get an idea of where things are at and where things are moving. We're here to help. Derek's here to help. Be sure to reach out, contact us, and be sure to share and like this video.